Now, you notice I'm trying to put this on the wall by being very close to the wall. I'm not gonna be holding my bucket over here and dripping where I'm gonna be walking and working. So. Now, a lot of trowels, if you'll notice, these are kind of getting beat up, but a lot of them have what's called kind of like a belly on the trowel. Make sure that belly is towards the wall. You wouldn't want the ends to be pointing down. I've seen guys struggling and they keep scraping their wall. So make sure that's up. And then I usually just work from the bottom of the wall up. So the smoother the speed, the smoother your finish on the wall will be. Does that make sense? Yep, you can just see where it's thinner and thicker. The wall is probably not perfectly flat and this blade's not exactly flat. So I'll usually trowel it 2 different directions and it'll get a lot smoother. This is really tacky. It's like a peanut butter consistency when you start applying it. And usually by the time you're smoothing it out, it's about twice as thick in viscosity as that. So it really stays to any vertical or ceiling or anything like that. Generally, this is just perfect to leave as is. Decoratively, you could trowel another color onto it. You could spray a color on top of it. If you wanted to, you could do a pattern on it if you wanted, if you're artistic. I'm not very artistic. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trowel what's our copper true metal onto it because I wanna polish across the top and just see little bits of this kind of protruding through. So hopefully you guys will like it. I'm gonna try to trowel them to where it's really flat, to where the low part of the ripple is copper and the high part is just the blue. But it's all gonna get sanded and polished after this. So I'm trying to create a pattern that when I sand and polish it, it looks cool. So right now it looks like baby shed on blue, but polished, this will be a nice polished copper. Now just remember, any major lumps, it's gonna be easier for me to trowel them off now and knock them down flat than to come back later and be working on it for 5 minutes trying to sand into it so that I can polish it and not make a low spot next to it. So the more work you do with the trowel, the less work you have to do with a sander and a polisher. So I think this wall is actually gonna polish and sand out really nice. Today, we're gonna finalize our wall epoxy. We're gonna sand it, starting out with our fest tool. Here, we're using a drywall head attachment with 400 grit. It's an actual padded backing on this pad, so it'll kind of contour the wall. If you wanna actually cut a profile, don't use a foam back pad. Non-foam back pad will actually cut a high off. This will contour the high, but it'll also help you polish a little better. So we're gonna run 400 on this. We may go through quite a few of these, don't worry about it. And I will say, keep the head of the tool moving constantly, because as soon as you're stationary, that's when you'll kind of heat up a coating and start sticking to it and just gumming up your pad or whatnot. So a lot of people will stay in one spot trying to work one area. Just work the whole entire area, and if it's not enough, just keep making your passes past it. So, and then we'll bump up in grit and we'll start polishing. So here you are, Mr. Hilfiger. Oh, we'll run the edge with a DA, like a hand sander. That, you'll just hit the flat face. Yeah. And then somebody else can grab the ladder and we'll grab that small DA, this one here, and we can work up around stuff when he's out of your way. You might have to wait a minute for him to get ahead of you or whatever. And make more passes than you think. We really want to work that wall in. We're not in a hurry right here. We should be spending 20 minutes on this right now, profiling that wall. Right now, what we're doing is we're wet sanding our wall. The epoxy is a little fresh and we sprayed a lot of alcohol on it, so it's curing a bit slow. And you'll go through a few pads on your initial cut, but then as you bump it up to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, you're gonna start getting farther and farther with each pad because you're getting into nice cured material that didn't have a ton of alcohol, an excessive amount on it, to smooth the wall out, and you're gonna just start getting a really beautiful shine on that copper. So we'll show you what that looks like in a second.